What is going on, gamers? Today is going to be kind of a different type of video where I'm going to kind of go through my creative process on how I'm coming up with ideas, and something I think you guys should consider when thinking of building, massive builds in Enshrouded. Now, there's a lot of problems when it comes to when you build something, you don't like it, it's off by one block, etc. It's very freaking annoying, and it makes you want to give up, because I've had a situation here where this one side on the right was one block off. If you watch that episode, you know exactly what I mean. And I have to destroy this entire tower, that side of it, just to fix it, and it takes hours of time. And I've got to confess a little something with you guys. Last night on stream, I was working on this tower here, and all of a sudden it hit me like a wave, like a freaking tidal wave, dude. I got burnt out an hour into the stream. I ended up switching it up back to that grocery simulator game, just because it's a fun, mind-numbing kind of experience. But I think the reason behind it is, guys, I literally have been working on this not only an hour or so for these videos, but 3 hours in the evening, to total 4 hours a day, not to include the anywhere between 4 to 10 hours a day off stream and off edit, like, off recording, of just like getting prepared for this build and stuff. It's taken a lot out on me, and I don't want to get burnt out, man. I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing this build done, and I myself am enjoying the way it's turning out and looking right now. With that being said, the process up to this point, I've had projects to bounce back and forth between on this build to kind of keep my mind going a little different ways. But right now, the front of this building is taking me so much freaking time. I need to replicate this over here. This took 3 hours to do. I still want to make another tower there and another tower there, smaller, kind of downsizing on the way we go out or whatever. And then I still don't know what to do with like the front entryway of this. I've got massive plans, and the thing that keeps me the most motivated to continue doing this is you guys' comments, man. I'm telling you, like, my brain is wired to only be motivated by you guys' support. I know it sounds kind of silly, but more or less, to get into the video now, I know, sorry, we're a couple minutes in already and I haven't really got to the point, but I wanted to show you guys something I've been doing. Now, you can do this in a million different ways. You can use some sort of pixel art, painter online, dashboard type thing, but I specifically use Illustrator because I'm extremely familiar with Illustrator, and I've used it probably for 50,000 hours over the course of my lifetime. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys my creative process on how I come up with designs while I start to come up with my first concept art, essentially, for the underground section of this build. Now, I still have a ton to dig out, but at the end of the day, I'm ready to have a project to bounce back and forth between. When I get bored with one, I can do another one. And my vision for this area, right? We've been digging this out for what feels like weeks now. The area from the very left corner over there to the very right corner over there is approximately 450,000 stone worth of platforms to make it from one corner to the other. Obviously, I have a bunch of that in my inventory, but it's a lot of work. This whole chunk right here, to take out this whole block right here, would take me about 6 hours to get that all out, which I don't mind doing, but we ended up running into this, etc., and I have once again lost the meaning to this video. So let me get back on track here. So the vision for this is a underground dwarven city. This whole vision for this thing was all just an entryway to get us down here. Now I'm thinking and visualizing intersecting bridges. Obviously this will be closed off. My little sneak peek entry hole right there will be closed off. That'll be closed off. I'm not a fan at all of the shroud wall over here that we've encountered halfway through that. So we've got that problem to deal with. We got this problem to deal with. I really think that this whole section here on the other side of this wall is probably going to get dug out that way as far as we can go. So it'll be essentially like a giant U shape inside of here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna have the mental capacity to continue with that part of it. I don't know. We're gonna see, dude. It's all up to you guys, essentially. Like, you know, I love doing this, but it does take a ton of time, and yeah, I might have to take a break for a few days. I think I will take a break for a few days on streams, but I'm still gonna keep going with these mega build episodes. But today, like I said, is a little different, and now we're 5 minutes in, and I still haven't got to it yet. But okay. Anyway, intersecting bridges, spikes coming up from the floor, down from the ceiling, make it really look cave-like, possibly, potentially a giant like dwarven sculpture somewhere, and different, like I said, different bridges at different heights and things of that nature. So what I did today was I went to my illustrator and I came up with a bridge design that is essentially this. Okay, so I'm just using squares, just generated squares here in Illustrator. You can see I'm just using a square there, and I've sorted them and arranged them in such a way that is something I think looks pretty cool for like a dwarven style, really tall bridge. And you can see I've kind of pieced them together here. And you know, the way it works with pixel art for sure, and essentially we can call this game pixel art, as the farther away it is, the cooler it looks, right? So that looks pretty awesome. I got a good shape going there. I just kind of guessed on all this stuff here, but we got some bronze inlay. We've got the shaded parts are going to be like raised parts of the structure, things of that nature. I think this looks sick. I also think it looks terrifying, if I'm being completely honest. That's a lot of work for a bridge, but you know, thinking about it, probably width wise, I've been trying to decide the width I want to do. Maybe I have like an initial bridge with a bunch of little ones breaking off to the left and the right. I don't really want this part to be symmetrical, but whenever I say, you know, a lot of you guys give me crap too for saying it. When I say that I'm not very creative, it's not creative in a sense of being able to come up with a huge awesome idea. It's more along the lines of creative as in like, how do I do something asymmetrical and make it look good? And I can't do it. It has to be symmetrical, but unfortunately, like in my brain, everything just needs to line up perfectly and be perfect left and right. But I think, you know, like so let's say that this is the entryway that I'm currently standing at. This is the top down view, right? So if I make this bridge, you know, this direction, I don't even know like how far or what to or whatever, but say that this is the entryway here and this bridge goes all the way to the wall on the other side. So say we want an intersecting one of the same size, just like this, right? So we can join these two, and now we've got this like giant thing. But then, you know, maybe we could have intersecting ones that go upstairs and downstairs type of thing on these sides, just kind of like this or something. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? And like, you know, this could be stairs down, so I could essentially copy this over like that, make this go like this, keep copy and paste. Oops, copy and pasting. And eventually I wind up with like a staircase looking thing, and we can make this one the light brown color, delete this, come down here. So we can have like an up and a down, change the color on this just a smidge, just to kind of represent that down and up type of thing. Do the same thing over here, group those together kind of like that, and then replicate that up here as well. But you see what I mean? Like taking a vision, because I can have a vision all day long, but taking a vision to a reality for me is quite a pain. I can be creative in the sense that I can come up with a crazy idea, but executing it is a different thing. And things like sculptures and stuff like that, you know, could potentially like really be something that I have no freaking idea what I'm doing. So yeah, so from a top down standpoint, it's like, do I make that the bridge as wide as this entryway? Because it is going to go down pretty far. And if I think about it here, I've got it set up in such a way where I can highlight all these, and in the top right corner, if I click this here and go to objects, it tells me that I have 83 objects selected. So if I pull up my calculator And I know that blocks are eight blocks tall. So if I do 83 divided by 8, essentially, that would be 11 walls tall. So we could kind of, you know, come down here and gauge that as far as get an idea of, you know, really how tall that is. Let's see here. So let's do it like, so one foundation is 4 blocks tall, because I don't have any way to do it any other way. So how many did I say? Like 10? All right, so we'll say that this is 1, right? And then do 2 more. Okay, so this is 2. Oops. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10.5. So essentially the drawing of the bridge that I have, this is about the height that it would be if I went with that exact same design with the exact same height. Now, obviously we could start the bridge from here and go that way, but we could tell that it's going to, with the height of where the floor is now, that could be high enough, right? Like I could probably stop like digging right here, go through and replace, you know, like a gravel floor, obviously, because all this will be gone at some point, all this cobblestone. It's just here to help me remove the floor. But this is the absolute bottom of the entire build. And yeah, maybe I call it like right here, dude. Maybe I call it there, because that'll be a good height and a really good sized bridge. Width wise, it'll look nice. Hopefully the proportion for, like, you know, if we're thinking about this right here, the proportion of that, of the width of that hallway, the width of the bridge, take it all the way across, send it all the way that way and all the way this way. And then we have, you know, staircases somewhat like this that go down and some that go up, or maybe they just go down because we don't have a whole lot of height to mess with coming out of that section there. But then again, I could come out to a flat area about 4 blocks, you know, 4 blocks off of this flat edge right here, and I could go down left and down right, and it could get us to more of a centralized location on this area, which might be oh god, game froze. Hold up, Jesus, what the heck was that? Get us to more of a centralized spot, so, you know, we could build out, you know, 4 this way, and then from here we could have like giant staircases on both sides of this whole platform that take us down a little bit deeper, and then turn left, and then essentially, you know, we could have, if we were to doodle that up in here real fast. So hold on, let me copy this and get the right clicker here. All right, so say this is the entryway I'm currently standing on. We build a platform here. That is you know, and then we go staircases down this way. Let's see here. So if I was to do something like this, one of the things with this whole Dwarven city idea is it would look so much better if it was all just crumbled like into this place, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to make it symmetrical because that's just how my freaking brain operates. So this will be lower, so I'll make it just a shade darker. And then, you know, we could maybe like make a half the size little foundation here on both sides to connect all that. I'll connect this together. So this is maybe an option as well. And then that opens up to our bridge, right? So our main bridge. So we would have a flat spot, come down the stairs, and then we're down here, which was going to put us more centralized, like on a vertical level of being more, you know, maybe like about this height of like the actual platform of the bridge. So we could come out of there, we could look down over the whole city with the interconnecting bridges everywhere, and that, you know, that might be the best option for this. This game is so freaking good, dude, that it's only limited by your imagination. You can literally do anything your heart desires. It's unreal, man. I had a guy comment on my video yesterday that says, I just bought this game, but I don't really understand why you're building the way that you're building. And I build to not only build mega builds, but just to build a community, build a group of people that enjoy the same things that I enjoy, and just, you know, RPG fantasy world just things, dude. Like I don't build because I have to. I build because I want to. and the people that I've had around me over the years of doing this has just made it all so freaking good, dude. So you can hate on me if you want to for being ridiculous and building this kind of stuff, but I really think it's a blast. With that being said, I showcased some builds yesterday, also in previous videos, so I want to plan a video of me pretty much reacting to all of your guys' builds. So if you have any sort of build whatsoever, don't get intimidated by, you know, my large one, or if you've got something even more large, I want you guys to join up in the Discord in the description and, you know, just say hi, go to the pictures section, drop, you know, some good images of some of the intricate designs you've done, or maybe just some of the simple builds that you've done. And yeah, I would love to make a video showcasing everybody's stuff, or if you're a creator even and you're watching this video, I'd love to, you know, do it as a little collab shout out thing if you have a channel or something along those lines. But either way, guys, this is pretty much my vision, and two, my creative process of how I've come up with everything. I've learned that drawing it out helps tremendously with having, like, I can't take this idea and paste it into the game to see if it's going to look good. But since everything is voxel based and everything is essentially Minecraft blocks, that I can do this, and, you know, I can get a good idea of, you know, if I do something like this and then, you know, drag this guy down here, maybe something like this, and then I could take this corner, I could take this corner and put it here, and this corner and put it over here, and this one and put it over here. I can kind of get a rough idea of, you know, like maybe what the final look will look like here. I thought I had this all grouped together. Group, bring to front. There we go. Kind of gives me, you know, you could see somewhat of an idea here of exactly what we're going to be working towards. Bada boom, like that. Maybe bring this to the front again. Yeah, so you can get an idea of where my brain sits if we were to make it somewhat three-dimensional looking. But I don't know, guys. I hope I inspire you on the daily, and I really appreciate everybody that's been keeping up with the series. And for those of you that'll stick around for the mini series of build videos and stuff I'm going to make for all survival games, because Enshrouded is an amazing game. But, you know, the sad story is that eventually I will move on to more popular things. But for now, I'm still excited about making videos for the game, and I appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for the support, the comments, the likes, the subs. We're literally, today's the last day of the month, and we're 75 subscribers away from 18,000, so that's freaking awesome. And we've grown a lot with Enshrouded, just as we've grown a lot with many other games like Sunken Land and Front and Grounded and etc. But we're probably going to start this build sometime soon. But you guys let me know what you think. And yeah, have a wonderful day. And if I don't talk to you again before the weekend, have a wonderful weekend. You guys stay good, and love y'all. Peace out.